Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to be showing you is how to make a shepherd's pie. I'm not going to waste too much of you guys' time. I do have separate videos for you to make everything in detail if you need it. But today I'm going to show you how to put this puppy together. We're about to make some shepherd's pie. Let's get into it.
Now, these are some of the things you will need for making my shepherd's pie. I'm gonna run through them real quick. You just look over it, check it out, see what you got, see what you need. But for the most part, a lot of this is for the mashed potatoes and my good old cornbread. And of course, you're gonna need some meat, but that's simple. So, hey. And like I said, if you want detailed instructions on how to fix my cornbread, I got that link in the description. And so, of course, it's a link to another video where I show you how to make this good old cornbread. This cornbread, I tell you folks, is good by itself. But we're going to use this today for the shepherd's pie. Now, let's go ahead and bake our cornbread. We're going to bake it for about 20 minutes. We're not going to cook it all the way till it's brown on the top, that golden brown, because we are making shepherd's pie, and this will be going back in the oven. You'll see what I mean here. But let's get to this meat right here. All right, now, folks, with this meat right here, as you can see, I'm adding some minced onions because I like the way they juicing up after you done added them to some water and juice or something like that. And I did add about a cup of water to a half-pound of ground beef. And you probably wondering, why did I add some water? And I added it while it was pink because when I add this seasoning here, you don't got to add much, but when you add that water with that seasoning while it's still cooking, it's going to incorporate that seasoning inside your meat instead of outside your meat. And folks, not too much because we don't want the meat seasoning to overpower or anything. This is shepherd's pie. We want everything to be evenly tasted. And do not drain your meat. We're going to let that water evaporate while this meat is still cooking. And you're going to see why we're going to hold on to all the grease and everything inside this meat. Just let most of the water evaporate, folks. All right, now our potatoes are ready. And once again, I got down in the description how to make these potatoes if you want to make them. And you can really make them how you want. But, hey, you need some potatoes. But let's go ahead and move on to this corn. Now we're going to be using 1 can of drained corn. And make sure you don't get none of that creamy stuff now. But just 1 can of drained corn. Now, remember when I told you keep that grease from this meat, like what I was saying, but this is what we're going to use it for. We're going to use that grease from this meat and everything to stir fry our corn with. Yeah, we're not using bacon grease and nothing, we're using the grease from the beef. This is a shepherd's pie with beef, no pork. Now, that juice got a little seasoning in it, so we're not going to put any seasoning in this corn, but what we will add is a little black pepper. That's the only thing we're going to be adding to this corn. And we're going to let this cook on up, y'all. Now, look here. After it's all nice and done, guess where it's going back to? Yep, you guessed it. It's going right back into the pot with all the meat. We're going to make sure our beef and corn is all mixed together. And the reason why we did it that way, folks, is because we could have cooked this all at the same time, but we don't want to boil our corn. We want to give our corn a nice sear, then put it back together. We don't want boiled corn. I mean, you probably can use boiled corn. If you do, let me know how that worked out for you, but you want to stick to this one first for the first time around. Now, right now, our cornbread should be through. We're ready to go ahead and about slap this together almost. We're going to kind of let this cornbread cool down a little bit first because it's a little too hot to handle, but it's just about through, baby. Just stick a toothpick down here to make sure everything is through. Everything is nice and through. All right, folks, the cornbread is nice and cooled off a little bit. It's time to go ahead and start putting this together. Now, you can make the whole shepherd's pie out of this if you want to, this whole pan, but I'm going to do this little square pan right here because I'm going to come back again and make some spicy shepherd's pie. So we'll put this little bit in like this right here. This right here gonna be for the family or my wife. My kids don't even eat it too much, but hey, it is what it is, right? But I'm gonna make me some spicy one in about the same size pan. Now, right now is the time you're gonna be thinking about how thick you want your layers. I kind of like my cornbread layer a little bit thicker than everything else, but you're gonna see what I'm saying here. But right now, make sure the whole bottom is covered with your cornbread. Then we're gonna come in with our meat legs. Get that all smashed down good and everything. Make sure it's coating the whole bottom. Next, we're gonna come in with our meat and corn. We're gonna just spread this on like we doing a layer cake icing or something. You know what I'm saying? Make sure every part is covered because that's actually every bite. You want to make sure everything is in every bite. All right, now once you get that all covered with your meat, we're gonna come in with our mashed potatoes next. And folks, it's the same thing with the potatoes. Make sure everything is covered and make sure you get your layers exactly how you want it. I'm gonna have my potatoes a little bit thicker than my meat, but not as thick as my cornbread. Now, once you have your potato layer, now it's time to come in with our cheese. And you can make your cheese as thick as you like it, but you know me, hey, I like cheese, so my cheese layer is gonna be kind of thick. And if I was you, I'd make yours just like mine for the first time. But you do how you want, but welcome to making shepherd's pie, y'all. You know, we just about through, y'all. Hold on a second because you already know this is going in the oven for another 20 minutes. All right, folks, it is through. We're going to let this cool down just a little bit here. We about to ready to chow down. All right, now, y'all, look at that. I wish you can smell that, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till we cut inside this baby because you know I got to fix a slice. Check it out, y'all. Mm, mm, mm. Now, hey, my last words for y'all is bon appetit. Mm-mm. And thank you for watching. Oh man, I wish y'all could smell this. Look at that. Oh, I wish you can taste it too. Peace.